Welcome to a week of training during a deload week. So today I woke up with a resting heart rate of 37, which is pretty low to be me and a really good sign the day after a rest day, especially since last week was pretty hard. And one of my goals is to really show the insides of not just how I'm training, but why I'm training the way I am. And I thought it could be fun to show you guys not just a week of hard training where I'm hitting 100 kilometers to 140 kilometers, but also share how I navigate a deload week, especially now that I have been building up my mileage for a while. It's really important to have these deload weeks. So today I have a double threshold session, which sounds like a lot, but what I want to emphasize about this day is that even though it's 2 sessions, it is actually half of the mileage I did last week at threshold, which is the key. So first session is going to be 6 times 1 kilometers with 1 minute break, and second session is only going to be 15 times 45 15 with 10-minute warm-up, 10-minute cool down, and a total of 35 minutes, which is significantly shorter than last week. I think it's half of what I did last week. One of the things that I keep telling my athletes is that how you feel relative to that pace and what that heart rate is like, that's a really good indicator of how tired your body is. And that's super important because when you're in a really tired state, that's when you want to be really careful about how you're putting that extra load on the body. Whether that extra load comes from volume, frequency, or intensity. And especially when you're combining volume, intensity, and frequency. And I can already tell that I'm feeling good. Literally after only a couple minutes, I can tell if I'm fatigued or if I'm feeling good. And I use that as an indicator of whether I should hold back on the session, maybe cut a little bit short, or whether I should complete the whole session and be close to that max heart rate that my coach has given me. We like feeling good. So there is this dirt road at our summer cabin, and it's pretty much 1 kilometer long, which is just perfect for my intervals. Only thing, I don't know if you can see, is that it is a little bit hilly, this last stretch. And this is why it's actually important to not go by pace, rather go by heart rate and effort and feeling. So basically, every other repetition should be faster, slower, faster, slower. If it's equal, it means that my brain is too obsessed with hitting the pace instead of hitting the effort. Just a little reminder if you have a similar situation that that's the way you should be thinking. Perfect. We are at the end of the road where I start my 1 kilometer repeats. It's going to be back and forth. That will be 2. So this whole week is supposed to be a deload week, especially these first days coming off that hard week. Like, I want to really make sure that I'm not overdoing it. I know I always say this, but people don't realize that everyone's problem is overdoing it, not underdoing it. Anyways, I don't have any AirPods today because I just want to be more in tune with my breathing and how my legs are feeling. And it's good practice. Sometimes, or most of the time, I do wear AirPods because it helps me get into the flow and I like listening to music. I still am very aware of how my body feels, but I think every once in a while it is very healthy to not have AirPods. Let me know in the comments what is your opinion on this. Standing break, that definitely felt quite a bit more tiresome than I thought, so I'm just gonna keep it nice and easy this whole session. With 60 heart rate, 165. Okay, so my heart rate right now, when I say I'm going easy, just for reference, my heart rate during my entire marathon was 178. So my heart rate is naturally high. My max heart rate is 197. And I usually race a 5K at 184 average, and even a marathon 178 average, just for reference. So when I say that I'm going easy and I'm now at 165, that is low threshold. And the reason for that is because I do more volume at low threshold, and then I definitely do more at high threshold, but that's only during certain phases of the year. When I look at training for my athlete, one of the things I look at is how fast the heart rate falls. 409. I think my heart rate got up to 170 in the hills, which is okay as long as I'm not trying to push it and staying at max at 170. The hill starts, it's windy. Last one, downhill, nice. Pull down is just super slowly. For me, my heart rate does go pretty low. When I first started running, and for most of my athletes, it's completely normal that even though you're running super slowly, your heart rate doesn't fall that low. And that just signals that this was taking a lot out of your body. It was costing you a lot. Meaning you have to be very mindful of recovery. Complete 15 times 45, 15. Was definitely a little bit tiresome, mentally tiresome to just get out the door, but I felt pretty good. That's good. Pulling now for 10 minutes. Just super slowly. My heart rate is 128 right now. Day 2, it's Wednesday, 60 minutes at max 140 heart rate. But I have a double threshold tomorrow, and this is deload week, so really I'm going as slow as I feel like going. I don't care if that pace is 10 minutes per kilometer or if it's 6 minutes per K. I don't even care what the heart rate is as long as it's lower than the 140. I'm going by feeling, and I didn't sleep very well because if you missed that video, my boyfriend Oscar, he had a water skiing accident and it was super serious, and he just had a really bad night, and I was awake with him multiple times and I didn't have the best night. Do 5 minutes of core. Good morning. It is now Thursday, and today I have another double threshold day, 2 shorter sessions, so that's nice. Unfortunately, I did not have the best night of sleep. It's just really rough with Oscar. He has a lot of pain, and these 2 last nights he's had even more pain. I'd say he's had a little bit of a setback pain-wise. So I was up with him for about 15 minutes in the middle of the night. Just, trying to make him feel better. He was really struggling and could not sleep. And, I think considering that, I'm feeling pretty good. My sleep score was actually surprisingly high. I don't understand how it could be that high when I was up in the middle of the night for that long, but I'll take it. Most important thing is that I feel pretty good, and one of the things that I talked with my athlete about this morning is this idea of adjusting training based on everything else in life. And I've been super aware of that these last weeks, where I'm just trying to do less rather than more. Last week I did 1/3 of my threshold run because I could just tell that that was enough, and that's honestly how you're seeing me do as much as I am now. It's because I've been really good at doing less, and it sounds counterintuitive. How do you say you're doing less but then you're doing more? But it's because I've been doing less for some time, and then my body's recovered from that less I've been doing, and that allows me to then do more now, but it not being too much. And that's really what you want if you want to do more in the long run. So my session today, or my first session today, is, I wonder if it's 6 by 3 minutes with a 2-minute slow jog at lactate 3, so max 170 heart rate. And again, I go by feeling, so I might stay at 160, I might stay at 165, I might stay at 170. It just depends on how I feel. I usually have a speed limit for the first rep, and right now that's about 430 min per K for me. It's just so easy that I start too fast. If you're curious why I sometimes jog and other times stand in between my intervals, then check out this video right here where I explain why and when to change it. It's starting to rain. It is now 5 p.m. time for my second run, and I'm definitely not motivated, and I feel like all I do is run and eat. Got myself out the door, ran for a couple minutes, even though I was not motivated, to just test if it was mental fatigue or physical fatigue. I don't know, like I could definitely do the session, but I just feel like it's way better to rest up and not be tired tomorrow. This is my deload week, and I haven't mentioned this, but I do have a race on Saturday. But as you guys can tell, it's not like I haven't had a taper for this race. It's just a practice race. If anything, I'm not even gonna go all out. My goal for the race is really just to get back out there and focus more on controlling my pace. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm starting off pretty conservatively and then have a kick at the end. That's my only goal. Good morning. It is now Friday, and today I'm gonna go to the gym. So again, I'm driving to the gym so that it's a little bit easier to get myself to the gym after my run. I have a 45-minute super easy run, and it's usually not a good idea to go to the gym the day before a race, but since this race is not important and just a training race, I don't care about what pace I'm running. I'm just doing as if it's regular training, and I'm very careful with strength training when I have a lot of running, but since this week is a deload week, I'm extra mindful of getting in my strength training when I feel good. I have my running specific strength programs that I've made together with a physical therapy clinic, prehab, that specializes in runners. And in that program, I tell you exactly when to do your strength training. And unfortunately, there isn't a simple answer because it really depends on where you're at with your running, how much running you're doing, how much running will change from week to week. So that's why if you're curious about how to fit strength training around your running, I highly recommend getting that training plan because it will explain to you how to do so. I also do have a couple of videos that I will link right here if you want to check them out. But yeah, extra important to be careful with strength training when you're increasing your volume and intensity with running, because the strength training, you want that to help your running, not be making you more fatigued, because then you're not really going to get stronger and it's not going to help your running.
to be in a farm.
Before 5K.
How was it?
Tiresome.
5K, brutal.
It wasn't as bad as before because I went conservatively. How'd it go for you? Yeah?
Yeah.
After the 5K. 5K done. I executed pretty much how I wanted to. I wanted to feel in control the whole way and not be gassed out and have just like a good race experience and not care about the time. And I feel like I did that. It was a little concerning how tiresome it was even when I wasn't trying to run fast. But I think part of that was that it was quite hilly. So it was 2.5 loops, and the 2nd kilometer and the 4th kilometer were uphill, and then it was in the woods, so it was like very like abruptly down, so I had to like slow down to go down. So in that sense, it just made it way harder to execute, especially like time wise. But I think what I did really well was that I always felt like I had an extra gear, even at the end. Like I had a small like finishing kick, but I always felt like I could run faster, and that's what I really wanted to, because I wanted to just feel in control and have that good race experience, because my last race experience was so bad, so I just needed that good experience. 1 hour and 45 minutes at max 140 heart rate. I actually am not sore, or a little bit sore from the strength training, but I was sore yesterday from the strength training. I feel really good after that 5K, and that's exactly what I wanted. And that's part of the reason why I didn't want to go all out, because then I'll feel much better the day after. My HRV actually increased and my resting heart rate decreased despite having that 5K. Usually that does not happen, but I think it's a really good indicator of the base, a really strong base, the foundation I've built now the last couple of months, that I'm able to respond so well after having a harder workout, not an all-out workout, but a harder workout.
Beautiful, also.
That wraps up a week of deload training, 72 kilometers. And next Saturday, I'm leaving for San Diego. I'll be adjusting to the jet lag, and then I'm gonna start my marathon block. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be doing the CIA marathon in December of 2026. So super excited for fall training, and just super excited for really getting into some really, really good training weeks. And yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe, and check out this video if you want to learn more about heart rate training.